Gayle King has some words for people who are upset about the space flight.
This is what bothers me, because I've certainly read some of the things online coming from people that I know, that I like, that I consider friends. And this is what I would say to that.
They're right.
Space is not a either or, it's a both and. And because you do something in space doesn't mean you're taking anything away from Earth. And what you're doing in space is trying to make things better here on Earth.
No. I mean, you're literally taking things away from Earth when you do this, right? I mean, there's plenty that is expended to get you up there. This is the thing that people are so offended about. It's crazy to not get that.
What Blue Origin wants to do is take the waste here and figure out a way to put it in space to make our planet cleaner. I mean,
depressing.
Jeff Bezos has so many ideas, and the people that are working there are really devoted and dedicated to making our planet a better place. That's number one. Number two,
Jeff Bezos, by the way, is like literally engaged in undermining our democracy and telling people that they will not be allowed to write pieces that criticize folks like him and capitalists. Literally, you want to talk about waste on the planet? It is people like Jeff Bezos.
What she is saying right now on behalf of him, who bought the #2 paper of record of the United States of America and the Washington Post, only, like you said, to tell them, actually, we need the opinions that are in my direction only. Thank you very much. Everyone else can go to Twitter or some other bullshit. I don't care. That is despicable.
No,
to
so
say
crazy.
you are. Here's the thing: is this is like how degraded our media is. Is that these people are? This is acting. She's performing something. She does not have the capacity to actually assess. Is this true about their motivations? Is Jeff Bezos just trying to get some of the trash out of here, or does Jeff Bezos want the monopoly on shipping stuff in low Earth orbit? Is that what he wants? I think he's more motivated by that than greening your fucking highways.
It's also like, come on, you're a professional. You can't say, unless you're contractually obliged to, which you might be, right? You can't say, people are upset about the waste, the public waste that they saw to send me and Katy Perry up into space. The first thing I'm going to do is say, Jeff Bezos is a great man. It's the first thing I gotta make sure before I even really respond to that. I gotta remind everybody, Jeff Bezos, what a human being. Anyway, let's.
But sorry, you know why you have to say that, and you didn't need to say that about NASA, is because NASA had a public agenda.
Yeah.
It wasn't like some I mean, well, there were like Nazis there. Let's not get into like Operation Paperclip or whatever. When we were doing this stuff, it was a public endeavor. And so you didn't have to be like, well, what's that guy's motivation? Everyone knows Jeff Bezos' motivation is to make money. That's all it is. And so you have to put all this other stuff on it. No, he wants to make money. If that's profitable, he'll do it. If it's profitable, he'll clean up all the garbage in God's earth. My guess is probably not a lot of profit in that. Probably profit in moving like spy satellites. And maybe like weapons in space. Probably more profit in that, Gayle.
But again, even like maybe examining and like not getting into like the practicalities about whether or not that's like a good like expenditure. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to get overly moralistic. Maybe there is like some value of moving toxic, dangerous things or waste off of Earth, right? To sit here and be like, this is the great thing that like we're going to get out of this. It's like this kind of miserable around the edges, kind of use value for this is pretty sad. All right, let's get her.
have you been? If you've been and you still feel that way after you come back, please let's have a conversation.
Wait, what?
Have you been? If you've been,
I'm sorry.
and you so many ideas, and the people that are working there are really devoted and dedicated to making our planet a better place. That's number one. Number two, have you been?
No fucking asshole. Cool. All right. So this is.
If you've been and you still feel that way after you come back, please let's have a conversation. Number three, Please don't call it a ride. That is not a friggin'
So
ride.
sorry, pause it
Whenever
real
a man
quick,
goes
and
on
then we'll go back to her. That is so funny. But the please have you been or
Yeah.
shut up about it. That's literally what Douglas Murray tried to do
I
to
know. I
the
saw that.
libertarian guy saying, "Have you been to Gaza? If you're not, well, you can't." Douglas Murray's only been to the region under IDF like armed security. Like the idea that he has any sort of greater standing on that. But that is such a. I mean, it is like players when they just fuck up like a championship game.
Yeah.
They're like, "Well, you never played. Like, what could you do about
Or
it?"
anyway, I mean, look, it's something that they're no. This is like kind of one of the things that we're getting at. This is one of the things that we're getting at is that like there's a world that the rest of us are living in, right? A world where even in America, like we still have hungry kids because we're too busy sending bombs to Israel to go murder kids in Gaza, right? That's the world that we all live in. And yeah, you're going to space and spending millions of dollars a minute so you can have a nice view and come back and say, "Wow, that was really moving for me." And then they sit here and hector people who are saying like, "Hey, I think this is a kind of a wasteful society that this is what we're doing." Yeah,
You have never
and I love this third bit though about
This is so funny.
I'm on her side about this. This is like it's just an awesome thing to get mad about. It's not a
to
ride.
an astronaut. Boy, what a ride. You know, we duplicated the same trajectory that Alan Shepard did back in the day, pretty much. No one called that a ride. It was called a flight. It was called a journey because a ride implies that it's something frivolous or something.
It was
Yeah.
it was as it was probably actually out of all of the rides or all the flights or all the missions, whatever you want to call it, probably one of the most frivolous ones ever. Actually, they're calling it the most frivolous ride of all time.
Sometimes this is Gayle King, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes Gayle, the first thing of something is a lot less than like the thousandth version of that. So like when the boys in North Carolina, the Wright
The
brothers,
Wright brothers,
were
yeah.
flying the first plane. Yeah, that was a lot less frivolous than say me going from London to like Amsterdam to go take some mushrooms on Ryan. Right? Like, come on, that's
Oh my
so
God, I love this. All right, let's see.
That's
don't call it
lighthearted.
a ride.
There was nothing frivolous about what we did.
Pause
the
it.
And the machine.
We played it up top. They had toys that they were floating around. Literally, they had toys, stuffed animals.
That we were on, and what it took for the people to get that machine up and running, to get us up and get us back down safely. So, you know, I'm very disappointed and very saddened by it. And
So
I
are we.
also say this, what it's doing to inspire other women and young girls, please don't ignore that.
Oh my God, you can't say this about yourself. I mean, this is as crazy as it gets.
You are damaging, actually,
It's
like
like
the
Korean.
imagination of young girls. We have had female astronauts. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? What are you
Yeah.
talking about? What are you talking about? We have had women astronauts. And
It's-
you celebrities go up in a ride and what you think you're breaking some kind of barrier? Please.
You're right,
insane.
man. It is genuinely so demeaning to all of those people to sit here and talk like that.
God.
I've had so many women and young girls reach out to me, and men too, by the way, men too, that say, wow, I never thought I could do that, but I see you doing it at this stage of my life. Who would have?
They're not going to be able to do that because the nice guy that you're talking about, that you were praising earlier in the segment, whose special ship you were on, is literally fucking the country to make sure that he can have toys and have exclusive experiences and maybe share them with folks like you. But the rest of us on this planet are fucked because of parasites like him. Fuck off with that shit. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
This is only a dream if you have an audience that you can propagandize to after you get done with your ride. Like
Crazy.
that's why you're there. That is
I mean, it's
Thunk it, not me.